off.
And
Okay.
right on you.
As per usual with these Games Done Quick inspired flags, wooden sword, easy to come by.
Yep, and we are going to see both of our runners head over toward the vanilla level 3 location, taking advantage of the screen scroll on xIceblue. And here we will find out what the first dungeon of this game is. It is level 1 in the level 3 location.
Well, that's a nice find, but xIceblue is... trying to see if we can just automatically open up that key door. Nice.
So, not a bad move there. xIceblue is immediately greeted with a compass here, which points us to the Triforce. There are over 3 items in level 1, and a very angry old man.
But now we have the rare opportunity to see what we call Zombie Link. If you enter a toll room, or mugger room as some call them, and you are offered the ability to give up a heart container, well, we don't let you have less than 3, so instead we just zero them out and you are in a zombie state. So just don't get hit, and, well, there you go, you get a Triforce piece. Just like that.
Yep, and xIceblue picks up the Triforce at a level 1 as the Greenleaf effect tries to take down these Keys, who apparently rolled up a little bit in the seat, it seems.
Yeah, not only did the keys roll up, but I think the, is it the gels or the Zols that are the small ones? They rolled up as well.
The gels are the little guys, so that is not good news. You do expect them to be defeated in one hit, and it's just not a good feeling when they are.
And, ooh, recorder in level 1. Nice. And, well, we have ourselves some vanilla extract in the kitchen today. That's a bow.
All right, how about 2 items right off the bat for xIceblue, picking up the recorder and the bow there, both necessary to beat the game in these flags, but also just really handy for transportation and combat.
And xIceblue with another Kanana key. What that trick is if you... once you open up a shutter door and you immediately press against a key door... Also, I apologize for interrupting the tune. I forgot that xIceblue had the audio. Then you can basically save yourself a key. Just make sure to go back through the door in order to permanently unlock it. And, well, that's all 3 very close.
Not too bad. Finds the heart container in level 1. That's all of the items and the Triforce. You do not have to go back there if you are xIceblue.
Alright, according to chat, it was an F-Zero tune that played on xIceblue's side. We'll get to hear it again right now. Yep, that was Mute City. Don't know if it was the 5th track, but we did find the 5th level.
Yep, and we found that at vanilla level 7, actually pretty good placement there for the recorder, because you are so close to Recorder Lake that you can just make that quick check and see if it's a dungeon worth digging.
xIceblue trying to pull off another Kanana key. These spike traps don't make it as easy, though.
And did we see the Triforce pick up on PGE's side for level 1 there?
Oh, thank you.
I missed it if we did. So, xIceblue finds this sort of a moat room, I suppose, and the power bracelet on the floor there in level.
We're already finding a lot of great items here. And Greenleaf trying to do the same Kanana key gets it. And here is where the power bracelet is useful. Warping.
Yep, definitely not necessary to complete the game, but it certainly makes fast travel around the world quite a bit easier.
Now, is the Armos item screen randomized today? Yes, it is. So instead, a small secret. Yeah, small secret is right. 5 rupees. Ew.
Yeah, barely worth it, I think. And xIceblue is going to head over to the vanilla level 6 location and finds a whole bunch of Bull's voices. Not really what you want to see anywhere, really, but they're on the overworld, so probably won't run into them. And finds level 2 here at level 6.
Level 2 is another good find. We have 2 floor items, one of which is right there. And, ooh, Patra. Ugh, why? In the meantime, TGE, right now following in those same footsteps. I mean, yes, Rick, I know why Patra is in there, it's just I don't like Patra.
I don't even think Patra likes Patra. So these ropes also rolled up. A lot of these enemies that are generally pretty easy to defeat are pretty beefy this seed, and we get a Triforce out of level 2 for xIceblue.
And Ice is deciding to leave right now. We've only found one item in level 2, right?
I believe you're correct. But xIceblue is heading over into a corridor over here that's pretty lucrative in terms of resource and money, honestly. I was gonna check out the second Armos location. Oh, nope, passes right by because there's a whole lot of blue Lionels there.
There's another reason why. Because it was the small secret at the normal spot, Ice is thinking, yep, the item is over there, and it is the almighty key.
Very good find for early on in the game, and the Green Leaf Effect also decided to leave level 2 for now.
Come on, Lionels, be nice.
Yep, and xIceblue takes advantage of the sword beams and the half tile there. Finds level 9 at vanilla level 2.
Oh, I mean, the good news is we don't have to worry about those key doors anymore. The bad news, according to Chess Jerk, we're not going to see any more Canana keys from xIceblue.
Well, I think we've had a total of 3 between the 2 races, so that's still pretty good. And the medium secret rolls to 35. Nope, not great.
Still better than the vanilla amount, so I'm not gonna argue it. So only the large secret remains a mystery, and depending on how this seed plays out, we may not need it. But first, our white sword item, as TGE is going to try to pick up that any key. Has to be careful!
Does pick it up. And our white sword item is a heart container.
Actually, TG did not pick it up. A frame too short.
I thought it showed up. Maybe I saw it wrong.
Oh, TGE hit the retry option.
Oof.
Yeah, I had missed that too. Thanks, chat. And now we have level 3, where we have, again, 2 items, one of which is likely in this staircase. Hello there, Triforce Piece.
It's a heart container. Very quick Triforce out of 3. gonna go digging through the rest of the level to try to find the other item.
And, the Zols rolled low. And, ooh, red candle is the other item in 3, but it is ladder blocked. And, oh, TGE takes a death, but does get that almighty key, so we don't have to worry about that right now. And xIceblue, trying to see if that Stalfos will spawn on the outer side of the moat, not having good success yet. So in the meantime, what does level 1 give us? Level 6.
Yep, xIceblue takes the Triforce out of level 3, decides to pick it up there, knows there's a heart container and the red candle in here, so it's not likely, I'd say, to come back for the red candle, given that the level 3 is in Vanilla 5 location.
And, ooh, Dark Nuts in 6, not a good find, but that's just how it goes at times. Still, it is the red one, so we could get some bomb drops if we're lucky.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad thing to have. You're always looking for bombs no matter where you are in the game. Until we get an any bomb item. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Funny enough, I have played a different type of Zelda randomizer where you could actually have an infinite bomb bag, or at the very least an infinite regenerating bomb bag, so close enough.
Or if you had the game genie when you were a kid like I did, and you used the cheat code to have infinite bombs. Also a way to do it, but not quite as. So we see the first bomb upgrade here in level 6. It's 83 rupees. Unknown number of bombs added to your pile there, but TGE does not have quite enough rupees.
Now both of our runners in level 6. Ooh, man. So many high-leveled keys here. Now, every enemy has a health variance between 2. It has plus or minus 2 HP, effectively. That is the range we are working with. So, oh gosh, did some of those Dark Nuts take 2 bombs and live?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we just saw.
Ooh.
It was either that or an issue of placement, but we'll see. Yeah, they are pretty tough. We pick up a map out of level 6, so the green leaf effect at least knows where to go at this point in terms of what rooms are available.
I'm just trying to figure out what that is. And, I want to say, okay, I don't remember the exact name of this, but, like the Needler in Halo?
I'm gonna have to take your word for it. I have never played a Halo game in my life. It looks like if you're on a front porch and there's an awning and there's a plant hanger, like a hook hanging down that you can hang a plant from. I like the security camera and they're also pretty accurate.
I agree. And, hold on, I'm double checking something from chat. So, I thought, TGE still had the Triforce piece out of level 2, is that not true?
That may have been affected by the retry. I'd say we can verify against it when TGE menus next, outside of.
That is fair.
Yeah, we appreciate the input from chat as well, since we are tracking in addition to commentary, so every little bit helps. We appreciate you. Let us know if we missed something.
Alright, TGE close to the upper back half of the security camera level. I'm watching. And it's just for a key.
Nothing like finding keys all over the place when you have the any key.
And oh, xIceblue lost out on an opportunity to bomb the center of Manhandla. But hey, bomb increase. Ew.
2.
Only 2. Ouch. And no stairs there. Certainly no stairs on TGE's screen. That's Zelda's room. So where do we have to go?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm just thinking, I don't think we've seen any items out of 6 so far.
I have not noticed any myself.
Ugly level to be digging around, especially 16 minutes into this. But we're hoping, both runners hoping to find something, I'm sure.
Yeah, what I would really like to see a white sword at this point. Either that or a wand.
Anything for combat. Or the silvers wouldn't be a bad pickup. I mean, in general, but also for the sake of comp, be a pretty welcome find. Also, so you don't have to dig them out of level 9 later.
That is correct. Certain items will not be allowed in level 9 for this flag set, but the silver arrows can still be. But it's a heart container. And I don't think TG was happy with that.
Now, we saw in the last race between these two also, I mean, it looked like xIceblue was ahead for quite a while. xIceblue defeated Ganon first, but just one lucky turn, one right turn at Albuquerque, and the Green Leaf Effect ended up finding Zelda's room first. So it could go either way for these runners, and in no way is it over until it is officially over.
Indeed, Threech, indeed. But, oi, this level 6 is... Come on, we gotta get to the rest of the security camera. Actually, TGE, I think, is by the, Was that the... No, that's the transport room, I think. Levels 5 through 8 have one transport staircase. Because xIceblue... That was where we got the heart container, if I recall correctly.
Yep. Absolutely. One thing that's tough about the race so far is that we are seeing a lot of really heavy combat. A lot of the smaller and weaker enemies in the normal vanilla game rolled up. We're seeing some legs here, which over time it just becomes.
Yeah, likes are not friendly, especially if they grab you. Now, most of our runners are not going to care much about shields, but if you were to ever have the magical shield, or the big shield effectively, and get caught and can't break out in time, that shield goes bye-bye.
Yep, and that is a whole lot of money you just spent on it too. All these keys dropping in level 6, and none of them are useful.
And oh, nice clipping by TGE to get that Triforce piece out of 6.
Now, we found one heart container. We were still missing an item out of 6, but you've spent several minutes in here at this point. Do you continue to dig, or do you go on to another dungeon?
TGE wants to dig. In the meantime, xIceblue trying to head to that southern area.
Yep, taking down some of these enemies in here just to try to find that second item.
That entire east side and the bottom portion looked ladder blocked. And so, ooh, 40 rupees for a candle. I think that's as low as it rolls.
I think you might be right. We know the Triforce is down here.
And, chat, we are aware of the possible, mismatch count. We are waiting for TGE to pause on the overworld to get confirmation on the Triforce piece count. TGE did have an unfortunate retry early on. And, wow. 100 on the button. So, in the end, our secrets is they've averaged out roughly. We come slightly ahead, though.
Yeah, it's honestly not too bad there. And especially given, you know, the possibility for that large secret to roll the whole way down to 50, which we have seen in a few matches. Not bad for it to end there at 100 on the dot.
Anyway, with that candle from 8, we have access to level 7. And, oh! xIceblue was trying to take out the Gleeok, but no go there as, well, it's also no go for DGE here in this level 7. What does that map look like before we, head out of there?
I'm just gonna say 2 talking heads.
We'll go with that for now.
So it looks like xIceblue also picked up the bomb upgrade here and is going to head down, try to dig a little bit more through level 6. Hopefully, you know, this... But, oh, TGE takes a death there on the overworld, too. Right outside of vanilla level 2.
And it looks like that staircase may not pay off as far as getting us our remaining item. I mean, unless I've miscounted here, but... Come on, Darknut. Don't you want a bomb? Thank you.
And xIceblue picks up the Triforce out of 6. Yep. Thanks, chat, for confirming that staircase took us 1 room over.
This feels like deja vu, Threech.
It
Don't know
does
about
happen
you.
in the last race for them too. I think sometimes you just get those lazy staircases.
Alright, we are about to know what is inside of Spectacle Rock today. Level 4. That means our raft will take us to level 8. Also, are you able to see TGE in there or not?
Very, very faintly. Yeah, sometimes these runners just disappear into the floor palette with the mixed palettes on these. And xIceblue kind of having the same visual effect there.
Well, this should help with being able to see. That's the red ring. Oh yeah, much better, but unfortunately, TGE... Oh, okay, has a new place to go.
Yep, sometimes it just comes down to the one bomb hole you find.
So we have, effectively, the ultimate defense. While xIceblue is theoretically close to having the chance at getting the ultimate offense. And... Patra, why?
Not what you want to find there, for sure.
Patra, why?
And at 4 hearts, you have that red ring, and sometimes, I know I've made the same mistake, you can feel invincible with the red ring, but you still have to be careful and be mindful of the amount of damage.
Ugh, game, why? You put the compass where we can't reach it!
TGE finds the Triforce in level 4, but we still have an item at large here.
That is correct. We did find the cellar item, but we are still missing the floor drop. And I think xIceblue is hoping these Wizrobes have it. One thing I'm noticing, there's the map, and that looks like one of those talking heads from 7 you were talking about.
I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Oh, xIceblue trapped in the T.
Also, chat suggesting a sea turtle, and I like that, with a little bit of seaweed on the ocean floor.
You know what? Chat's right on this one. Wonder if it's, I'm trying to remember the name of one of those turtles I've learned in the coast. Loggerhead, I think?
Oh, the big ones. But sometimes it's a tank, and sometimes it's a cactus, and sometimes it's just a gentle sea. And here's that Patra again.
And here it is again.
If you're from Maryland, it might be a terrapin, depending on your perspective.
Alright, TGE going in the other direction. Now this is where xIceblue was caught in the T. With the raft.
The raft in level 4 opens up the final option for these players to access. Level 8, which also contains 3 items, so we'll see xIceblue picking up the raft here shortly. I believe it's just a few rooms away.
And now, welcome to level 8. Ooh, level 8 has wall masters, but fortunately if you're caught by them early in the dungeon, it's not going to make that big of a difference, oh shoot.
Already an unfriendly level 8 here, and we're heading down to the segment for level 4.
Unfortunately, this segment is not going to give us our item.
And we know the raft is the floor drop, so xIceblue may be losing a little bit of time here to try to go find that. Both of our runners do have the bow, neither of them has arrows.
Speaking of characters that blend in, we have some moblins there. Oh, and the Landmolas take xIceblue out. And oh shoot, again! Didn't realize that level 8 was the slippy slidey water slide area.
Yep, level 8 definitely appears pretty impassable, at least from the directions that TGE has. Thankfully has Sword Beam here, so we'll be able to take out these south boats.
And gets a map for the efforts. You know, that kind of looks like a hook shot.
Yeah, nope, you're totally right. xIceblue picks up the raft as well in level 4.
Alright, TGE, there we go. We do not want to be caught by any wall masters. Ah, dang it, more ladder blocks. But at the very least, iXiceblue does pick up the Triforce piece of wisdom out of level 4, so that's a 5-3 Triforce piece lead.
Yeah, pretty decent lead so far for xIceblue. We're gonna see the location. We'll find the location of the ladder and the silvers. We're still looking for both of those.
And, there's that compass for level 8.
Very nice pickup there for TGE.
Oh, Gleok trap. We may need that stepladder.
So
Now
xIceblue is likely to follow in the Greenleaf Effect's footsteps here to progress through level 8, which is already proving pretty tedious.
Well, that's level 7 and 8 for you. Now, for those saying that level 8 is segmented, technically it's not. All the rooms are connected. Level 8 is just guaranteed one transport staircase, that's all. No reward for killing the Stalfos there.
We can see the Link robes over on TGE's side. Playing with the Wizrobe sprite, you do get some of your enemy sprite shuffle.
And all that means Gleok plus ladder guarding the Triforce piece out of level 8.
So we do confirm that the ladder is required.
And TGE is deciding enough is enough for now. And question from chat, were any items found out of level 8? I have not noticed any.
No, I don't think we saw any in level 8 yet, which is surprising and not surprising. There are a ton of rooms, but there are 3 items in there, so it could be any combat room that we missed, or I guess we'll just have to see.
In the meantime, TGE is heading over to 5. And now xIceblue has learned about the compass, but the problem? It's a trap!
Another ladder over here for xIceblue, just at least to get down from that room.
Ooh, that is a potentially nasty room that TGE is in, but also note that bomb count down to 1.
Yeah, that's not the type of resource you want to be gambling with at this point. Especially, you don't have the map yet. You don't know where you have availability to.
And unfortunately, TGE gambled and lost. But this is just part of the battle. TGE may still win the war, that's going to depend.
Yep, it could go either direction. Now, from both of these matches, we've seen xIceblue really show expertise in maintaining a bomb count, both the global count, but also just getting lucky, honestly, on some bomb pickups. So decides to head out of level 8 and maybe approach a dungeon here that's going to give a little bit more of an advantage, or at least be easier to explore. Goes in and picks up that discount can.
Certainly not a bad idea. That will provide access to level 7 along with 2 of the 3 big secret areas. And in the meantime, where is TGE going?
Perhaps the world wrap at this point, maybe?
We're at least going to see a clip to go beyond the Lost Woods. And okay, since there was a reset earlier, I think TGE is heading back to 2 at this point.
That makes sense. It's an unfortunate misstep there, just losing that Triforce piece out of... And the next heart container. We do see xIceblue with a pretty decisive health lead here.
Now, we've only seen one item out of level 2. That heart container right there. There is a second. We don't know where it is, but for all we know, this Patra's guarding it.
I feel like it's always the Petra. And excellent point from Chad as well, bringing up that level 2 is now able to be explored more thoroughly given the end.
Yeah, having unlimited keys is a benefit. However, we need to be able to take out that Patra. I missed what xIceblue just picked up there.
I did as well.
Oh, there was a power bracelet, and ooh, TGE gets the white sword.
No, xIceblue had picked up the power bracelet previously, but we do know the white sword now is in level 2, so excellent combat advantage there for
So in this case, it works out. TGE is catching up. Now, xIceblue heading back into 5. We haven't seen the Triforce piece out of there, right?
That's right. Interestingly, we don't know where the silvers are at this point. We don't know where the ladder is, and we haven't seen the coast item. So we know the ladder is not going to be on the coast since it is required to access that item, but we could see the silvers there, and we know that the ladder is required to get to at least defeat the Gleeok there in level 8.
All true points right now.
This is just a really great time for us to look at the full spectrum of the items that these two runners have picked up, the progress that they've made, and you think about how closely matched they are. This is an absolute showcase of what this tournament is supposed to be, bringing together these runners who are so close in skills. TGE, pausing real quick, TJE picks up the heart container out of the white sword location, but this really shows us exactly what the kind of race that we want to see out of this tournament. So Thanks in chat for pulling up that command as well. Make sure you get out there and follow these runners, xIceblue and the Greenleaf Effect. Really just doing an excellent job here to bring us entertainment and also to have some, fun-friendly competition here.
Indeed. Oh, seller item potential. Never mind.
If the seller item is a staircase, then you're not far.
Alright, TGE in level 3. Gets the heart container out of here. There is one more item left, but I haven't seen it.
Well, we know that the other item in level 3 is that can.
Oh yeah, I didn't have it marked on my end. Right. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. No, it was ladder blocked, I think is why we didn't see it earlier, because we did see xIceblue in here earlier before picking up the Triforce, which TGE has just done that. So, with the exception of that white sword, our runners are pretty evenly matched at this point with that last pickup from TGE.
Well, TGE doesn't have the power bracelet if I saw correctly. But it's also possible I missed that pickup.
I don't know that TGE has picked up the power bracelet because it's in level 5 and he doesn't have the Triforce piece yet.
I mean, no one has the Triforce piece out of level 5. However, Triforce pieces should be tied up at this point.
That they are. And yeah, in response to chat's, power bracelet, nominal at best, but definitely can be useful for world travel. Now that you have the recorder, though, less so as time goes on.
So, the remaining levels, 5, 7, and 8. Let's see. I mean, 5 we have access to. 8 we have access to. 6 is just a literal walk in the park. Or at least walk into the park, not necessarily navigate once inside, but...
Right. At this point, I mean, does it come down to TGE having that advantage with the white sword? Does xIceblue pick up the wand? It's really hard to say. xIceblue has a chance of picking up the magical sword. Again, I don't really see that being routed here, given the location. And a very small chance to pick it up at this point. I think it's a 20% chance with 10 hearts. Thank you, chat, for confirming. Yeah. So xIceblue now about to bump that up to 40% by taking this extra heart container from the take any near the coast.
We haven't seen the coast item yet, so this is perhaps a good opportunity.
And neither of our runners have the ladder at this point, but the knowledge will be power in terms of xIceblue's advantage over TPE. If this is an important, it could be a heart container, it could be the silvers. We'll have to see once we get up there. And it's a heart container.
Nothing too exciting there. Alright, xIceblue going to enter level 7. And there is that ladder block, but can we bomb to the south?
I'm going to take back my comment from earlier about the talking heads, and I'm going to say those are two check engine light related things that have definitely come on in my car in the last year.
Make sure to take care of your vehicles, folks.
This is your PSA. Yep, so to answer the question in chat, the dungeon layouts are subject to the shapes flag set, which basically takes a certain number of dungeon rooms and decides to mix them up.
Yeah, all 42 or so individual room layouts, they have not changed. It's just how all those rooms are arranged that's different. But yeah, xIceblue has now made farther progress into level 7 than TGE did. However, I think xIceblue had more bombs coming in, so that does matter a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely can make the difference there. So we'll see xIceBlue's progress through level 7 here. Do we find the silvers? Because the silvers at this point could still be in 9.
Silvers can be a 9, that is correct. But right now it's a little too soon to say. I can confirm we have a staircase here, and it's probably worth checking out. Because this is a segmented level 7, there are 2 transport tunnels.
Question in chat, can someone about the magical sword percentage. So, as the magical sword exists in this game, you basically have a chance that's randomized with each seed to pick up that sword. So you can walk over it in the cave where it's located, but you might or might not be able to actually pick it up. And as you get more hearts, that increases your chance of being able to pick up the sword. So at 14 hearts, which is the max number, since it goes up by 20% each time, at 14 hearts, you have a 100% chance of picking up the sword.
We did find the compass just north of the Triforce piece room. But let's see if we can find that item. Actually, those items. We are still missing both of them.
So there's the Triforce. We knew where it was according to the compass. So xIceblue still taking a look around. What else will they find in level 7?
In the meantime, TGE back in 7, back with bombs, and is able to discover more. Oh!
Ooh, worthwhile endeavor. Finds the ladder in level 7.
Don't you mean the step ladder? I mean, regardless of what you call it, it's still important for crossing, water.
The step ladder married into the family. But we don't judge.
Ooh, and we have a possible item room right here. Never mind. Now, where is that cellar?
Could be in this room. We'll see once these moblins are defeated. It's not, but it could have been.
Well, it's not in this room. I'm sorry, did you understand that old man?
I'm sorry, I don't speak Hylian.
I should have realized that was what it was saying. Wait. Did I not see xIceblue check across the Dig Dogger room?
Yes, so xIceblue did walk to the right side of the Dig Dogger room.
But never checked up, crossing the moat.
This indicates to me that xIceblue might be taking the gamble on finding the second item, unless had... Okay, so chat's confirming xIceblue tried to bomb up and it was not successful.
So, staircase to a one-room trap. Got it. Thank you.
That's my favorite Kenny Loggins song. Okay, I'll refrain from making Danger Zone references in this cast. So,
no, feel free. I may not get all the references, but I see nothing wrong with you making them.
Well, we're looking for the second item here in level 7. Combat's been pretty reasonable, so we'll have to see what xIceblue picks up. Or a Greenleaf, in fact, if he finds it first.
Well, at least TGE did find that bracket, step, close bracket, ladder. Ooh, toll room.
xIceblue declines to pass up that heart. I'm wondering if that's a play for the magical sword.
I'm suspecting it may be possible. Now TGE has learned, no, you can't go in there.
Nice floor drop there, or just a room item. Oh, the second item in level 7 is the silver arrow.
Required toll for silvers. I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, we could see that make a difference if TGE decides not to dig the silvers out of 7. Could take the gamble that they're in 9. Feels 51 minutes in, still 3 Triforces. Maybe feeling the drag from that. It's hard to see.
Alright, xIceblue heading back to 5. We may see a play on Magical Sword after this. And in the meantime, TGE in the room with the Triforce piece. And I don't know if that was an intentional grab. This is what some in the community call a Y-Force. As in, why did I have to touch it there?
Well, we're seeing on xIceblue's side, at this point with that silver pickup, Blue is in go mode, so just has to grab their forces out of 5 and 8, and then head up to level 9. So TGE is near there, just has to pick up the silver, which I think is exactly what he's doing here. He knows where he's already picked up the Triforce, so going for that second item.
And for xIceblue, just some more blue Dark Nuts. At least with the ladder, we can stay away from them damage-wise. As long as we're careful, of course. I said as long as we're careful! Alright, so what does that map look like to you, Threech?
You know, that's a great question. What does it look like to you? I am having a real hard time placing that. A second hook shot, says chat.
We already claimed a hook shot before, so, claw shot?
I'm gonna go with a cactus.
You have been trained way too well. TGE with the silver arrows.
So we're about a minute and a half difference, unless my internal is completely off, of TGE right behind xIceblue. Needs the same Triforces. xIceblue has a somewhat of an advantage, is now beelining right for the Triforce in level. We're gonna pretty much, it seems, the same kind of race that we saw last time, where both runners enter 9 around the same time and are going for the same things. So does xIceblue? Yep, goes to pick up the wand. And we could see that make the combat difference in this game as well.
However, TGE is starting with 8 instead. I mean, both know where the Triforce piece in 8 is, so not necessarily a bad idea. However, we haven't found any of the items in 8 yet. Granted, we may not need them.
Yeah, at this point, I think that maybe TGE is not necessarily interested in looking for the items, just has to find that location to get to H4s. We are missing 2 boomerangs, though, so for full completion of the game. This
Well,
is a
besides
priority.
besides the raining heart containers, but yeah, if we find both boomerangs, then we find the remaining heart containers. That's fair. But now xIceblue is an 8. And here's that Gleeok room. We know the Gleeok is guarding the direction to the Triforce piece. And apparently so is the Goma.
xIceblue picks up that second bomb upgrade. Sorry, the first bomb upgrade, but the one that we were able to locate here. And we know that now the Gleeok isn't necessary to kill, but we do need to get through that room in order to get to the Triforce. TGE picks up the Triforce out of 8.
And soon xIceblue will do the same. And alright, one of them is a heart container.
xIceblue decided
going
to
for
go
it.
for it. I think this is a magical sword play. I think that's where we are. That's pretty bold. At this point in the game, you're 56 minutes in, and you are one Triforce piece away. You need to head over to Vanilla level 2 to get to level 9. So, can you route it in?
You can in this case. Level 8 is close by to level 5. Level 5, get the sword, use the power bracelet that xIceblue picked up, and head over to the East Coast, and then you're right by 9.
Unless you get knocked back into level 8.
Okay, so we're delaying by a few seconds. Or flute over to where level 2 is today and just check right now.
Yep, I think that, if I were to make this play, that's the play I'd make.
Alright, 60% chance here. Do we have the magical sword? No!
Oh, no! Brutal. If I were on a British baking show of any particular kind, I'd say I'm absolutely gutted. Wow, that is bad.
Just as long as that show does not involve Gordon Ramsay, I think I'll be fine.
I really hope. The white sword is located in level 2.
Alright. xIceblue is in level 9. I will do what I can to keep up with all the map stuff, but it's going to be a little bit on the intense side here.
Yep, no worries there. So, Wolfman 1000, you want to walk us through what we are listening and looking for here in level?
I have no problem with that, Breach. So, we have xIceblue's audio here. We are hoping to find where Ganon the Beast is located. What helps? Ganon is loud and Ganon is proud, though perhaps a little bit too much. Once you hear Ganon roar, you know that you are one room north, south, east, or west. We are also looking for Zelda, aka the Kidnapped. Zelda is trapped behind some shutter doors. If you find a room with a single shutter door and it doesn't open once you take out all the enemies, you know where Zelda is. If, however, the beast is taken out beforehand, then that shutter door will just automatically open. And, oh gosh, as I was explaining that, both runners are in level 9, but TGE has found Ganon first, or excuse me, Zelda.
Over on the right side of the map, the only dark room in level 9 when you're playing shapes is this Ganon room, Zelda room. With the white sword, we are looking at 8 hits, and TGE gets Zelda in its unlock.
Now, there is one minor exception to the whole shutter room situation for Zelda. It's entirely possible that Zelda is right up there in that northern room. And also, yes, in this case, the beast was in the skull room, but no, not this time. Our kidnapped, it lies elsewhere.
Ooh, very good luck for TGE. But let's see. It really could be anyone's race at this point. All xIceblue has to do is find Ganon, or find Zelda first, and then defeat.
Well, that is kind of a pointless meat block up there. Come on, Zol, be nice.
Well, he forgot to split.
There aren't, some runners like to have splits in this, but for the purpose of a randomizer, some don't. They just want to have a single timer running.
That's correct.
Why did TGE leave?
Could be picking up a potion. Might be wishful thinking on my part. So xIceblue might also be looking for a compass as well, which will tell him the location of Zelda.
I just want to be absolutely sure that TGE didn't, accidentally reset again, because...
Oh, it could have been a save for bombs. I think that might have been what we're seeing.
Okay. We've had enough menu scares for one match. And think, this is a possible best of 3 right here.
Is this Zelda? Nope, it is not.
We came from the north. And this one definitely isn't, because it's 2 shutter doors. And that is correct, Mage. In this case, TGE is... Oh, hey, Magical Boomerang was found in 9.
Alright, so xIceblue has located Zelda over on the left side of the... But I think we are seeing that TGE has as well.
And literally right there, the unintentional high five means that TGE, the green leaf effect, scores the victory here with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, 38 seconds.
GG's to the green leaf effect. What a match. Both of them coming down right to the wire in level 9.
And xIceblue has decided enough is enough.
And with that, it seems like we are joined in chat by the Greenleaf Effect. Geez, congratulations on doing a full sweep in this round against xIceblue. Well done.
Not gonna lie, I thought for sure that accidental retry right after grabbing the magic key was gonna be the death of me.
I think we all did too.
It was a little nerve-wracking.
And then let's on top of that, and then let's accidentally, instead of up A and continuing, let's save in 9 and go all the way back to start.
Okay, so I debated, and chat debated as well. Was that intentional to save bombs?
No, that was me fat fingering it and saying, "Oh shit."
Nope, that's where you say, yes, of course it was intentional. 3
Nope,
what
I'm
are you
going to own the
talking
fact that was not intentional at all. That was a complete fat fingering, and we're going to go with that, because that's the damn truth.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. My goodness. So both of these matches, it came down to level 9. It came down to you finding Zelda first, or finding Ganon first. We could see, in the first match, Ice took down Ganon first, but just couldn't locate Zelda in time. Both of them really, really quick. So how are you feeling after both of those rounds?
Not gonna lie, if we go back to that, because I know you were on both races 3, so if we go back to that first round, Ganon, even though I had a bunch of hearts there, but Wood Sword Ganon, the entire time I'm doing that first fight in game 1, I am literally shaking, my hand, I couldn't keep it straight, so I'm trying to sit there and do the stun lock while it feels like I'm sitting in an earthquake.
Oh my goodness. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, because these are kind of running together for me at this point, xIceblue had gone into go mode under 40, Triforce in go mode at least. So it was quick, and I'm sure you were feeling it at that point. 40 minutes in, nearing the end of all the items.
Yeah, Ice is a fantastic player. So game one, when I'm still have to find the silver arrow. So I scroll over. I'm like, okay, I got to go over to get these other side here on the forest. I'll scroll over. Oh crap, there's the silvers. At that point, I see that. I'm in panic mode. I'm like, Ice is a fantastic player. He's probably way ahead of me. I have to put the afterburners on. At this point, I'm just hoping to make it close, get to game 2, take the game 2, and then force to the game 3, which would have been scheduled here in about 5 minutes, give or take. Or half an hour. That was my initial plan at game 1. Then when I took game 1, like I said, super shaking. Game 2 comes around. I looked at the map in level 7 when I was there the first time. I thought I was ladder blocked out of 7. So I was digging everywhere else. That's why I went back to 2. That's why I went back to 5. I thought I was ladder blocked out of 7. Turns out, I also thought I was ladder blocked out of 5. Saw that. Like, okay, let's take a minute. Let's go back to 7 because I have the map in 7. I didn't have the map in 5 at the time. I still never saw the map in 5. So I went back to 7. Turns out I just misread the map, and I probably didn't have bombs at the time either. Was able to do that. Then going back to 5, instead of going back up to where I was initially in 5, the reason I bombed down there is because every map has to touch the bottom row. And it was a quick check to go past the ladder block that I hadn't had a chance to and see if I could get down there, because that made the most sense for the map to extend to the bottom row.
I thought you were just out of bombs by that point, but I've had my own map mismarks before, and I completely get it.
Yeah, it turns out it ended up being the right play overall. So we ended this second race here with you coming out ahead of xIceblue. Surprisingly, so you'd mentioned the silvers in that world map for the first game there. I would wager, if memory serves, that xIceblue found the silvers on the coast at least 20 minutes before you got there. Had that notch for quite a long time, and you just were adamantly not checking the coast item.
Oh, see, the way my thought on the coast item goes is, if I'm over by Vanilla Level 8's location and it's on my mind, yeah, I'll go swing over and think about it. I never made my way over there initially, or if I did, I completely forgot about it. So by the time I had found the ladder, which I think was in 7 in both seeds, if my memory serves me correctly, I got that and was able to, okay, I'll just finish up here and I'll wrap over to the other side and finish up what's at Vanilla 8. It just so happened I was able to wrap over and, hey, look, here's the silvers. You don't have to go diving into any more dungeons, you lucky SOB.
Absolutely, yeah. I thought out loud, are you going to do the gamble for the silvers in 9? And thankfully they did show up there in level 7. Pretty fortunate luck, I'd say, for that second seed, certainly. So
yeah, no. Whew.
You are on to the next round. Congratulations. What is your plan without giving too much out for your next opponent? What's your plan for preparation for the next?
Well, my plan of preparation is going to be exactly the same as my plan of preparation was for this. I'm going to take about 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. I'm going to come back. I'm going to go look at the schedule of, oh my God, we still have all of these races left to cover. I'm going to take a throat lozenge and be like, okay, what races do I need to go talk about and do commentary for? And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. That's pretty much how I'm going to handle it.
Breathe, TGE. Please, breathe.
What's this breathing you talk about? I don't know this.
I think it's a luck. I read about it in a magazine. Well, in any case.
Whoa! We're reading here now too. Whoa! We're getting some high-end commentary here. Y'all talking about reading and breathing. What the heck?
Some of us in that first race decided it would be a good idea to pick up the book.
Ice and I had a gentleman's agreement where if we came across the book and the wooden boomerang, we would both pick them up, which is why you saw me hesitate at the book initially in 5. And apparently from what he told me, he did the same thing to the wooden boomerang in 9, which is why you also saw me go ahead and pick it up when I saw it. So we actually had a gentleman's agreement for all the races we were going to do, that whenever the book and the wooden boomerang were found, we were going to go ahead and pick them up.
Wonderful.
You may not be happy to know that xIceblue chose to flavor the wooden boomerang first.
I would say lightly seasoned.
Hey, whatever works. And to be completely fair, when I picked up the book in 5 in the first match, my thought was, well, if I can come across an early wand, I won't have to buy a candle. So it was partially practical.
That is
Absolutely,
fair.
we've seen that pay off before too to get into vanilla level. Thankfully, we had a candle this round for 40 rupees. It's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, no, that was nice to see, and anyone who knows the way I tend to do things knows I don't like to look in shops. I don't like to do and buy candles. So the fact that I had to do it twice in this back-to-back matches, I didn't necessarily like that I had to do it. Turns out, okay, yes, it's kind of a required thing, no big deal. But yeah, I was not necessarily a fan of having to do.
Definitely understandable.
Agreed.
So I think that about does it for us for the second and final game in this round. Best 2 out of 3 between xIceblue and the Greenleaf Effect. Really wonderful showcase from both of our runners as we see the Greenleaf Effect move on to the next round of 32 racers. So best of luck in the future with those runs. I'm sure we'll see and hear you around on these races doing commentary and tracking moving.
Oh yeah, no, I'm shocked. I did not think I was going to be sitting here in the beginning of the round of 32. I saw that bracket and was like, well, that 64. Like I'm looking at that and thinking, and after game in the round of 120, after game 1 where it was a 3-minute difference between me and Amel, I'm like, okay, I got to put my game face on and try and get to game, hopefully get lucky in game 2 to not have to deal with a game 3 because getting to the round of 64 is going to be tough. Then I got here. I was like, okay, crap, getting to the round of 32 is going to be tough. Now, like, eventually I'm going to have to stop saying that. But until then, that's where I'm at is, holy crap.
Well, it's paying off for you, so.
Agreed. I know that feeling very much, TGE. Congrats. Please try to relax a little bit.
I will, but looks like if I can do some cheap plugs here for a minute. Coming up here at 8:30, we got a couple of races going on over on Randomania and Randomania 2. We've got Game 2 with Cantaloupe Me and Can't Find Bombs, and a Game 2 of Psytown and Catastrophe going on there on Randomania and Randomania 2 specifically. And coming up here on Speed Gaming at 10 o'clock, we've got a double header between Norastra and Redbird Grad. Please buy everything you guys have. Tune into that. It's going to be impressive. I know Threech is going to be on that call because I'm looking at the schedule right now. Watch that. It's going to be amazing.
If you guys can stay, come out and listen to me do comms for another race. I'm sure it'll be a good time. Be me and Liquid Husband on that. So yeah, absolutely. Please come out and join us on the Speed Gaming channels and the Randomania family of channels. We're going to be doing this all night, so come hang out with us and cheer on our racers here. Make sure you give our racers a follow. Those commands are in chat. Give my co-commentary Wolfman2000 a follow as well. And yeah, be sure to stick around for more entertainment.
Well, don't forget to follow Threech as well. But yeah, honestly, these two said it much better than I could, so shall we wrap up?
Sounds good to me. All right, thanks again, Green Effect, GG, well done, and we will see you shortly in your round round of 32.
Thanks, guys. Again, thanks for commentating.
You got it.
My pleasure. All right, stick around shortly. We'll be back.
And as for me, have a good night, everyone. Keep on grooving and watch out for Wizrobes.